Hello guys, this is the Vertical Spread Trading Journal for Friday the 22nd of Jan. My name is David and I'm also known as the Spread Doctor. It was a mixed bag on Wall Street today. The Dow was down, the Nasdaq was flat, the S&P was down and the Russell 2000 was up. The VIX was up by about 3% to close at 21.91. 21.91, and the VIX is still holding firmly above the 20 line. There are now 27 days until the February contract expires, and that means my window of opportunity for selling spread in the February contract is now closed. But before it closed, I managed to get 5 trade ideas open, and I now have 5 positions which I'll review shortly. Politics and COVID-19 dominated the market this week, and we appear to be in a wait and see mode again. And with the market sitting at record highs and a lot of optimism priced into the market, it wouldn't take that much to see a tick up in volatility and perhaps see the markets drop a few percentage points. And that is partly explained with the VIX being above 20, in spite of the markets being at record highs. Normally, a record high market is associated with low VIX, uncertainty not highly expected, or there is not much uncertainty priced into the market. But this time around, there is so much uncertainty priced into it, and that's why the VIX stubbornly remains above 20. Earnings announcement kicked off in earnest this week, and there are some big hitters that announced their earnings. IBM and Intel announced earnings this week, and both IBM and Intel missed the street's expectations on the top and bottom line. And at the close of trading today, IBM was down 10% and Intel was down 9%. Moving into next week earnings calendar, there are some big hitters announcing their earnings next week, and that could shake up the market a little bit. Some of those announcing their numbers next week are GE, American Express, Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Johnson & Johnson, Starbucks, eBay, Tesla, Apple, Facebook, Caterpillar, and a host more are announcing their earnings next week. And the street will not only be paying attention to Q4 numbers or the entire numbers for 2020, but they'll be paying extra attention to any forward guidance offered by these companies, and they might use that, or they'll probably use that as a barometer of the health of the overall economy, especially when you're talking about the likes of Caterpillar, Lockheed Martin for defense, GE, and GE Caterpillar on the industrial landscape. Consumer discretion, you'd look at things like Starbucks, Apple, Tesla, Facebook, and finance, you probably look at American Express. So yeah, the street is going to be paying attention to how these companies guide forward for Q1 this year and Q2, or for the whole year. Or if they don't offer any guidance at all, they might read something into that as well. And as we move into the earnings season, like I said previously, the pool of underliers to sell spreads is going to diminish. I managed to get 5 this for the Feb expiry, but moving on to the March expiry, I'll be surprised if I was able to get 5 again. And that is just how these things play out when these earnings announcements are scheduled. Moving on to trade ideas, I had no new trade idea today, but I did post 2 new trade ideas during the week, and they were in FOLD and PLUG. On FOLD, I sold the 1914 put spread for a credit of $1.88, and on plug PLUG, I sold the 55.50 put spread for a credit of $1.92. I'll cover those positions now. Moving on to my open positions, I now have 5 open positions in NVCR, TAN, ZYME, FOLD, PLUG, and I've got 1 synthetic position in QCLN. Let me run through those positions and the P&Ls associated with those positions. So the first one is NVCR. On this one, I sold the 140-135 put spread for a credit of $1.60. My short strike is 140 put. Let's see where this thing closed today. So NVCR closed today at 169.1. Implied volatility has dropped to 29.6. My short 140 put is currently out of the money and no action is required on this position. In terms of my P&L on this position, if I go to my portfolio tab, NVCR, this one here, I only got filled on 1 contract on this one. The P&L is $42.50 per contract, so positive P&L $42.50 per contract on NVCR. Short strike out of the money, no action required on this position. Moving on to the second one, TAN. On TAN, I sold the 105-100 put spread for a credit of $1.42. My short strike is the 105 put. Let's see where TAN closed today. So TAN closed at 121.11. IV is now 44.1. My short 105 put is out of the money and no action is required on this position. In terms of my P&L, I'll go to my portfolio tab again. TAN, this one and this one, I sold 8 contracts. My P&L on this one is $360, and that works out at $45, positive $45 P&L per contract. Again, my short strike 105 is out of the money, so no action is required on this position. The next position is in ZYME. On this one, I sold the 45-40 put spread for a credit of $1.80. My short strike is the 45 put. Let's see where ZYME closed. So ZYME closed at 52.16. Implied volatility 61. My short 45 put is currently out of the money and no action is required on this one. In terms of my P&L, go to the portfolio tab again, ZYME. On this one, I sold 8 contracts. P&L comes out at total 100, and that works out positive P&L of $12.50 per contract. And again, my short 45 strike put is out of the money, so no action is required on this one. The next position is in FOLD. I sold the 1914 put spread and I collected a credit of $1.88. My short strike is a 19 put. Let's see where this thing closed out today. So FOLD closed at 21.09. Implied volatility 68. My short 19 put is currently out of the money again, so no action required on this one as well. In terms of my P&L, go to my my portfolio tab already. TAN, I sold 8 contracts. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at fold. Excuse me. So, sorry about that. Fold closed at 21.09. On fold, I sold the 1914 put spread for a credit of $1.88. My short 19 put is currently out of the money. Implied volatility is 68. In terms of my P&L for fold, this one here, I sold 8 contracts. Total P&L is 384, so that works out positive P&L of $48 per contract. And the last position is in PLUG plug. I sold the 55.50 put spread for a credit of $1.92. PLUG. So PLUG closed at $66.87. I'm short the 55 put, and that's currently out of the money by more than $10. Implied volatility has dropped to 39.6. In terms of my P&L on plug, here I sold 8 contracts there. Total P&L is 596, and that works out about positive $74.50 per contract. So those are all my open positions. I now have one synthetic position that I didn't get filled in, and that's in QCLN. On this one, it was selling the 77.72 put spread for a credit of $1.55. So QCLN closed at $86.71. Implied volatility still high, about 80. It was selling the 77 put, so the 77 put is currently out of the money. No action required on that one. In terms of the P&L on this position, on this synthetic position, I do not have a position, but one of our members does. So I'm going to go to the trade tab and find out where that spread closed. So QCLN, it's the February with 27 days to go, and it was selling the 72 and selling the 77 and buying the 72, and the mid price is at 99 cents. So sold it for 155. The mid is now 99. That is a positive P&L of $56 per contract. Again, the short put is out, the short strike put is out of the money, the 77 put, and no action is required on this one for anyone holding this position. And that is the end of my open positions. Moving on to my watch list. ARKK, ARKG, QCLN, PBW, FUTU, Baidu, FOLD, and ZYME. So let's start over again. ARKK, $146, implied volatility 53.4. ARKG, $110 stock, implied volatility 62.4. QCLN, $86 stock, implied volatility 80. PBW, $131 stock, implied volatility 51. FUTU, $99 stock and implied volatility 78. Baidu, $252 stock, implied volatility 70. FOLD, $21 stock, implied volatility 68. And finally, ZYME, $52 stock, implied volatility 60.76. And that brings me to the end of my journal for today. Excuse me. The main highlight is that my window of opportunity for selling spreads in the Feb contract is now closed. And on my 5 open positions, none of my short strikes is in the money. I hope you've enjoyed listening to my journal today. You can leave me any questions or comments below, and have a fantastic weekend. See you next week.